David and I are heading out to one of the most spectacular and difficult to dive sites in Victoria, with historic shipwrecks from the 1800s. The Lonsdale wrecks are in a notorious site just outside the heads of Port Phillip Bay, straight out from the Point Lonsdale lighthouse.
Between 1840 and 1890, many vessels came to grief in this area. Poor navigation, inadequate charts and plain bad luck all took their toll.
It's no place for beginners, and even experienced divers have to keep their wits about them if they're even going to do it safely.
It's not so much that the area was difficult to dive when conditions are right, but you're only likely to get the right conditions maybe 2 or 3 times a year, if you're lucky.
It's such a fascinating wilderness. You could dive here all day and totally forget about the wrecks.
But sooner or later you find them. You know you're getting close when you start to see the remains of cargo.
The first wreck you'll probably find from shore is the George Roper, a four-masted iron barque which struck the reef in 1883.
The pieces of slate and links of railway line were part of her cargo.
The 2,033-tonne barque was on her maiden voyage from England with a general cargo and £20,000 worth of rails for the Victorian government when the tug, which was towing her toward the heads, struck the reef.
Badly damaged, the tug had no choice but to release the tow lines, and the barque drifted onto the reef as well.
For nearly 2 months, the George Roper was stranded, allowing most of her cargo to be salvaged before she was battered apart by a gale and sank stern first below the waves.
Today her remains lie broken open and scattered across the seabed in about 3 to 5 metres of water.
There used to be dive charters to the area whenever it was diveable, but they stopped a long time ago. It's not an area for those who like their wrecks intact. There are no swim-throughs, no hulls to penetrate, but lots of nooks and crannies to explore.
If you enjoy the challenge of piecing together the puzzle of wreckage strewn over the seabed, of finding bits and pieces among tangled sea growth, this area will be paradise.
especially since it's part of the Port Phillip Marine Reserve and home to an amazing array of protected marine life.
If you could dive this side every day of the week, you would never stop finding something new.